Good morning, rowing world. This is Charlotte Pierce. I'm the producer of Ready Row USA. We are a podcast now in our third year of production. This is our 86th, no, it's our 86th event, I think, episode. We cover the US rowing world, and we are particularly excited today to have Samantha Wonderlin and Sarah McAuliffe. Hi.
Hello.
The hardworking organizers of the USRowing Convention, which has gone virtual this year, like now for something completely different, right? We're going to talk a little bit at the end about the pivot that they had to do from, completely planning a live event, which was wonderful last year and the year before. And, when I went and coming to virtual. So I think they've done a really good job of putting together a program and letting people know about it. We're going to probably hear from Amanda, right, during the convention?
You definitely.
From the convention? Absolutely.
Yeah, we had her on for a full episode with Jim Dietz, who is like one of her biggest fans. And we had episode number 85 we touched a little bit on the convention, but just kind of like her vision, and it was really impressive what she has planned, and I know you guys are helping her, support her on that, so that is awesome. We are always happy to connect with our audience, so we want to hear from you. This is your podcast as well, so listen to the end for the hashtag. We have a hashtag that we'll reveal at that time. Some of you know it already. You can win gadgets and gear and rowing services and coaching and wonderful things. So thanks for watching to the end on that. We have we have about 25 minutes to talk about the convention now. And I'm going to turn it over to which one of you wants to kind of dive into the keynotes and what to expect in the first few days.
Yeah, I can definitely dive into that.
Okay.
So my name's Sarah McAuliffe. I'm the senior events manager with US Rowing. It's been, like Charlotte said, it's been an interesting transition to virtual, but it's been a blast, and there are a lot of perks that you don't necessarily get with an in-person an in-person convention. But just as an overview, so we start tomorrow, Tuesday, December 8th, and we go all the way to Sunday, December 13th. We're finalizing we're finishing up the convention with the referee track on Sunday. But all of those days, they start around 11 a.m. Some start a little bit earlier with a yoga session. But they're full days. They're hour to hour and a half long sessions covering a wide range of topics. And we really feel like we've kind of hit on all the audiences within the rowing world, whether you're a master's rower, a program director, a board member, a youth coach, new athlete to rowing. There's truly something in this convention for you.
Okay. And what do you like? How did you design the sort of the launch, the start tomorrow? Is there like a big splash or a keynote or something? Or?
Yep. So we're starting off with a keynote, very first thing. And it's actually, if you go onto the virtual platform Schedge, it's the most highly attended session right now. Okay. The title is Making Our Youth and Collegiate Rowing Programs More Diverse and Inclusive. So we have Liam Miranda, Malcolm Doldrin, and Craig White talking from 3 impressive programs and kind of their experience within the rowing world and how we can all get better in the diversity, equity, and inclusion area.
Cool. And my friend Richard Butler is speaking too on that topic, right?
Yep. So Richard will be on Saturday. So new this year, we're offering a diversity, equity, and inclusion training. So it's a 2-hour-long session on Saturday, and it's free to everyone. We want the entire rowing world to join us for this. Nicole Smart with her company is going to come in and give us all the certification, make sure we're all getting better in that aspect as well. But yeah. Richard will be introducing Nicole in that.
I'm so glad. He's such a cool guy. I'm trying to get him to write a book about his approach. approach
No
to life.
pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I have a publishing company too, so I've been saying this for years. I'm looking for books about rowing, and the kind of I'm accepting manuscripts. So
there's a little plug. So if anyone has a story out there,
and you can bug Richard about his book, and Jim Dietz. He needs to write a book too. Anyway, so we've got that coming up, and that's cool that you're having it free for everyone. So are you getting the word out?
Yep.
US Rowing is or USRowCon is yours.
Our hashtag.
Your hash or USRowCon 2020, I think, right?
Yep, exactly.
There it is.
So if you use that, we're strongly encouraging everyone to use that. When you go on our virtual platform, you'll see a Twitter feed on the side of it, and we'll be promoting, everyone who goes through Instagram or Twitter throughout the convention there.
Yeah.
So yes, please do use that.
Okay. Yeah, I've been tagging y'all with that hashtag. So
I've seen that. Yes, you've done a good job. Yeah, there's a few good ones. Vespoli has tweeted a lot. Captain News tweeted a lot for us. Some participants have, some speakers, our strength training speakers. So yeah, please keep using that. It's fun.
Awesome. Yeah. And we are now streaming onto LinkedIn too. I know that some of the hydro people are on LinkedIn watching. So
awesome.
That is nice. Yeah. So what else should we cover? Can we cover in this session, like highlights from the program?
Yeah, well, I'll kind of touch on some more of our keynotes too. So on Wednesday, start off the day is with Dr. Steven Seiler, and he's talking about endurance training. That'll be a great topic from 11 a.m. to 12:30 Eastern on Wednesday. Then the next keynote on our coaches conference on Thursday, it's with Dr. Valerie Kleshnev and Dr. Volker Nult, and they're going to talk about rigging and technique. So that is also a highly, highly populated session right now. Make sure you add that to your schedule, but that will be our third keynote for the coaches conference. And then the one of the most exciting ones. So we have Arshay Cooper joining us on Friday evening from 8 till 9. And he's going to talk about looking back at 2020, how his life has kind of evolved over the past year and things that he's learned from his experience within a boathouse. So definitely some really exciting. Yes, he's fantastic. Arshay is actually joining us twice for that keynote, and then another panel with a bunch of really, really great panelists.
And he, of course, is the instigator of the most Beautiful Thing movie, which, if it doesn't win or get nominated at least for an Oscar, I'll eat my oars. I think I said I will eat my oars.
I was wondering where you're going with that. That's awesome. Yeah, phenomenal. I agree.
Yeah, and he was on our second podcast because I saw him on the 2018 USRowing Convention. One of the live recordings you did. So that was
perfect.
What else? What about masters? Are there any masters specific, or is there a track or?
Yep. So we do have master specific sessions. Absolutely. So specifically, I'm pulling up the names right now. So we have Dr. Karen Calera. She's going to be joining us on Wednesday. She's talking about taking care of your body in master's prehab. That's one very specific master's session right there. We also have Marlene Royal joining us.
Awesome.
And she'll be, specifically talking about the master's audience.
Nice.
On top of that, and that's also on Wednesday, every single one of our sessions within the coaches conference, we're touching on rigging and strength training and all sorts of training plans. Every one of those sessions can be used and beneficial to the masters community too. And I think masters are a really unique and strong audience because they often play maybe either management or a huge volunteer role in some clubs. So I would definitely encourage masters to attend our Business of Rowing sessions as well on Friday.
Awesome. Yeah. I know we have a big master's sculling program at CRI, which is the building behind me, the virtual building. But we do think there's such a cross fertilization of masters will do para, team up with para rowers. They do tutoring for Row Boston. There's such a synergy, I think, with masters. And of course, I am one, so I'm promoting my own.
Hey, exactly. Take advantage of it. I couldn't agree more, though.
Yeah.
And going off of that, Thursday afternoon at 3:15, there's a transition to coaching and sculling with Pharrell and Hillary. That would be an awesome one for masters too, especially because when you're getting older, you want to even out your body, transition more into a sculling boat. And yeah, I think that would be a great talk.
Yeah, I know. I row with people that are 85. I mean, they're like my role models. You know,
it's amazing.
20 years older than me, and they're taking their boat off the top of their car, and it's just it's really inspiring. So
it is lifelong rowers.
Exactly.
At Masters Nationals, we have a group of octogenarians, we call them. And I think it's 80 plus. And I want to say there's 10 to 15 rowers that fall in that category, it's amazing. We have a whole ceremony for them, and it's crazy. Like, it's a sport that you can row forever.
Yeah, it's really nice. And the community, you know, the bond, like a lot of my friends now are rowers. You know, it just happens.
Yeah.
We have Diana Walker McPhail from Northern Michigan. She's in the Traverse City area.
Awesome.
And, they have
Diana.
They have a couple of clubs up there. And one of my friends, Melissa Fournier, started the Traverse City TCRA Rowing Association, I think. It's like a waterside club. But is there a specific, you know, I worry about these little clubs sometimes. Is there some sessions or some focus on that? Like how, and especially this year, you know,
yes, that's a great point. One thing, so our theme for the entire convention is let's get better. Super simple, but I think it really packs a punch, and it's, you know, we all need to get better in multiple areas, and 2020 kind of capitalized on some of those areas. So yes, so helping out our clubs, how we can continue to build off of each other. We have Business of Rowing on Friday. We're going to start out with a healthy boathouse, and that includes quite a few speakers. So we'll have Dan Thompson with our medical commission, Rachel Kelly from Assured Partners to talk about the insurance aspect of COVID, and Wes Ng from Penn, and Beatrice Sims from CRI to talk about how they've handled COVID, both from kind of the training aspect and also just management of their boathouse.
Yeah, so Beatrice has done a fabulous job, I have to say. You know, she got, because they all had to go into singles. You know, they had the youth went into groups of 8 singles. So I loaned my boat out. I don't row like 8 hours a day. So they're using it. And then, you know, then after that, I got these wonderful notes from the kids. So she had given them our contact information. And one of them told how he came in second on a race with my boat.
That's awesome. It's their lucky boat now. You can never take that back.
And I'll loan it again. You know, I don't care. Nothing happened to it. In fact, they fixed it at CRI. So
hey,
yeah,
I love hearing stories like that. It just makes the rowing community feel so much smaller and connected.
I know,
like little things like that. It's awesome.
Yeah. So Sam, what is your role in the? You're the media person, right? Or
yeah, so I'm my title's membership marketing specialist. So half the time I'm working in membership, answering phone calls, emails. If you have troubles with your membership, logging on or renewing, I'm the person you come to. And at events, we have the membership tent. So we give out free stickers. We have prizes, kind of like the hangout area of our regattas. So I'll run that when we have regattas. Fingers crossed, 2021. And then, we will, yes. And then I'm starting to move into a marketing position. So that's where I started with my sponsorship. So I've been working with all the sponsors this year, and we've had a great outcome this year. Yeah, there's a lot of people coming in to support our first virtual event. We have Vespoli that actually donated a brand new racing single. So if you come to convention, you are automatically entered to win a Vespoli single. So that's pretty fun.
So I rode one at All American Rowing Camp last year.
Yeah.
And the Vespoli, I rode a fluid, a Vespoli, Philippi, my Pinard, and I love that Vespoli.
Yeah, it's a great. I mean, yeah, Jim's background. He was good friends with Mike Vespoli, so that's all we rode at UMass was Vespoli boats. They're
Jim Beats,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, that feeling you get when it sort of sings to you, and it had that sound, it was like great.
Oh, I
Well,
miss that.
someone is going to be very lucky. Yes, it's such a great offering that Vespoli was lucky enough was nice enough to donate to us and has been super supportive this year. So
All
yes, one lucky winner.
Yeah.
Those companies are so great. I haven't run into an annoying person in the vendors of and I'm also part of the Rowing Industry Trade Association, the new sort of organization, and we have monthly sort of happy hours virtual, but they're gotten to know a lot of the people, like from Concept 2, Vespoli, Boathouse, Sports, Philippi, they all kind of pop in, or boards.
Yep.
So
it really is a great community. Yeah. And Concept 2 supported us through the virtual fall. They were our presenting sponsor, and they donated a bike erg. So there was a person that, participated in virtual fall, and they left with a bike erg. It was awesome.
But I'd like to try one of those. Do they have that ski erg? Is that?
Yeah, the ski erg too. We actually have one here. It's tough. Like I have a hard time. Yeah, I have a hard time meeting my splits on the ski erg versus the erg, but it's a great workout. Yeah, it's just something different. They really have been innovative with their equipment.
All right. Well, let's see if there's anything else that we need to. Oh, Olympic, the whole Olympic program has been turned on its ear. And what is US Rowing's role in that? And how is a guy interviewed Steve Hargis last year at the convention, and that's all changed. It all went to vaporized.
Yeah, I mean, we are just supporting our athletes as much as we can, making them as safe as they can. I know for the end of 2020, when it was deep COVID, we call it, they were just in small boats. They kind of kept to their pods. They continued training. They did on their own workouts. I mean, it's just such an amazing group of people that they work so hard every day, and they will do anything. So yeah, we're just keeping them safe, keeping their training up, and working towards, I think it's still called the 2020 Olympics. That's what I heard.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep wanting to say the 2021 Olympics, but I think they're keeping it as the title 2020 Olympics. Right. And just happening in 2021.
They'll have it again in 2024. They won't go off.
I think maybe that's the goal, but cool. I know they're super excited. Yeah.
So do you have more people signed up for this virtual one? I mean, is it less money to do virtual, or to get a ticket, or is it?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. So we're definitely kind of depending on the area. So where convention has been on the past, of course, there's more accessible areas of the country. So we are either, depending on the area, once again, we are right in line with numbers or a little bit higher. And I think that is due to, one, we don't have to worry about travel, of course. We can one thing that we're all taking advantage of is we can Zoom from our couch, and we can watch webinars from our bed if you so wish.
Yeah.
So it's very accessible right now. And clubs aren't having to dish out the hotel fees, the flights, and all of those details.
Yeah, I mean, you worry about those industries, but still,
Right.
Our publishing organization, the Independent Publishers of New England, had a virtual conference. We had more people signed up. It was free, but and we got a lot of new members that way.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're seeing a lot more coaches and a lot more members of clubs coming from each individual club. So instead of sending just a head coach who's been going to convention for years upon years, they're sending their brand new assistant coaches or somebody who could potentially be a coach down the line, which is that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to develop future coaches and future rowers, and that's
the whole infrastructure or ecosystem, I guess, is like you have to think about and US Rowing can't be all things to all rowers. But, it seems like at least Amanda was talking about having this kind of holistic view of supporting the sport and developing and growing the sport. So
Absolutely. Yeah. Doing as much as we can to support every audience and really listening to figure out what the needs are and offering that. So
Yeah. Well, I think it has a great future. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Any like surprises coming or
Surprise.
this Foley boat that I'm going to win?
yeah, there you go. I wouldn't say any surprises. I think we've been very honest and upfront with exactly what's coming. So no, nothing really wild out there. But I would encourage everyone one to sign up today. You can register up until throughout convention. So if you decide Wednesday morning that, hey, I want to start attending, you can go in and then you'll be added to the Schedule platform. But I'll say too, so everybody will have, you can go in once you purchase your ticket, you'll be able to go into Schedule, create your schedule. And then if you miss a session, the recordings are going to be posted about a week afterwards.
Great, good to know. Yeah.
Definitely.
So if I'm like a club manager and I haven't signed up yet and you're talking me into it, what am I going to pay for membership or for a, what do you call it? Ticket?
Yeah.
Yeah. An entry ticket.
Whatever. Registration.
Right. Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird because it's not a regatta. Maybe it's
Are
not
there levels?
great.
Are there different levels for it or?
So it's an all access pass for $179.
Okay. That's great.
And that is the best bang for your buck. You can also purchase a day pass for $99. But just do the math. If you do 2 day passes, you're already exceeding that $179 fee. So we're really encouraging everyone to sign up for the full access pass, be able to pick and choose what you see each day. And then, like I said, if you're working all day Wednesday, a week afterwards, you're going to be able to log in and see those recordings and watch them whenever you want to for 6+ months after.
That's really a good value, I think,
Yeah. And that's something different this year now that it's virtual. We're keeping it open registration for 6+ months after and just leaving that content out there and accessible because we can, because it's virtual and everything's recorded.
And do you see that virtual thing, virtual element aspect being part of the next convention, live convention? So if I go live,
I think, we were talking about a hybrid approach for next year because like the rowing community is so small. Like the best part of going to rowing, like regattas, is you get to see people maybe from college or your friends across the country. So we definitely don't want to miss out on the social aspect of the event. So maybe that's something we move towards the weekends where you go out and you do like the fun talks and the education's kind of throughout the week. But that's definitely something we're discussing for the future.
Yeah, same with our publishing group. We're going to definitely have that as an aspect of it. So,
yeah, I mean,
I think we were a media partner of the convention last year, and one of my favorite interviews was Anita de France, and then we also interviewed Matthew Pinsent. I mean, those guys are those people are legendary and
amazing.
I know. So I'll link you. I'll send you the episodes that we had for that. But that was so much fun. And are they going to be part of this?
Attending this year? I don't, Sarah, do you know that?
They're not speakers this year, but no, I would echo too. One great thing about being virtual is that we can get speakers from around the world, and there's a time difference, of course, so we're being mindful about scheduling that.
So you have some from different parts of the world.
We do. We definitely do. And we couldn't necessarily do that if it wasn't virtual. So I think it's opened the ability for attendees to access this great information, and then 2, we can really broaden our horizon of who we're reaching out to and potentially new speakers that people don't get on a year-to-year basis.
Absolutely. Yeah. When on our publishing conference, which I keep talking about, but we had people seem to be able to like ask questions like in the Zoom chat or whatever.
Yeah.
You can ask questions and you might not get that chance in a big auditorium or something like that.
Very good point.
And it's funny because you would think it'd be less personalized virtually, but with the Q&A and the chat, and we have USRowing staff members hosting every talk, so they can kind of just filter in the questions, say them when it's appropriate, and it's a lot more manageable in that way.
Cool. So think in advance, cook up your questions, and
Definitely.
Yeah, and I think one other benefit too is that, we're staying to our schedule. So the times that you see are definitely going to be exactly what each session will be like, because we can't go over with Zoom rooms and all of that. But if your question does not get answered, after every session, there's a survey sent out to that group of people and says, like, do you have any last questions that you want to ask the speaker? And so that's something that we'll be able to send the entire audience that attends those sessions afterwards with potentially Arshay's answers to all your questions that maybe you couldn't get fit in that hour and a half.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know how he handles his.
He is the busiest man on earth, I feel like.
And he's the nicest man on earth.
He
too.
is fantastic. And we are
I
so
had a
lucky to
question.
have
I'm
him.
starting this mentoring program for writers of color, young writers, and he called me one morning. He was so excited about it, but he's like, Arshay, like, don't you have like a lineup of people that want to talk to you?
I'm sure he does, but he's just like such a nice guy. He will make time to do anything to help the rowing world.
And he's
really honestly
good
the world.
Really good about focusing on the thing that will move his concept
move
forward.
The pen forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he is so genuine about that.
Yeah. Well, we are going to wrap up here in a little bit. But we have about 4 more minutes. But is there anything else? We had one question, I think. Diana wanted to know, is Concept 2 the only one to get, still waiting to get mine? That kind of stuff is hard to find with the pandemic, I think.
They are totally backed up on products because everyone wanted their own home gym. And I would say Concept 2 is the standard erg. Like, it is durable. You can take it apart in 2 pieces. It's easy to move. It has all the metrics consistent. So like, coaches are looking for those metrics. If you're new to rowing, we'd recommend the Concept 2 because it really is just the standard for our industry. Yeah. But there is other rowers out there. I've tried the Hydro. I mean, the Hydro is up there with Peloton right now. Yeah, like they are just doing
tremendously motivating, but it's expensive and you pay a subscription fee.
Yeah, I would say they're in just different industries at this point. I haven't, I mean, there's a water rower too. I've heard of that. But I haven't experimented with other rowing machines.
But if we noodle around on the website, we'll find some of those vendors, right, that are supporting the convention.
Definitely. Yeah. I want to give a big thank you to all of our sponsors and vendors this year. We would not be able to be doing this and what we do without you guys. So definitely go onto the Sketch platform. And the 3rd tab is our sponsors tab, and they have their logo there. Yeah. Feel free to click through all of their brands. They have contact info if you're looking for more information, videos, links. And kind of a brand description. So definitely check out that out.
We won't say them all now because we'll probably forget some. So.
Yeah, we have a good list this year. People really came out and supported.
I'm so glad. And I'm so glad to be, Ready Row USA can be a part of it. And please, I want to be your partner. The crew is just completely excited about the direction that US Rowing is taking this, going forward. So.
Yeah, I think with Amanda on top right now, we can only move forward. She's amazing.
Done. Yeah, excellent. Well, I'd like to mention a couple things as we wrap up. Michelle Sosa of Hydro, she's one of the athletes. She's an ambassador for the Gold Cup, head of the Charles, developing a fund for sponsoring, underserved communities in the kind of a holistic way all the way through, so that they don't just parachute in and get some kids rowing and then go away. It's a kind of a holistic thing that they're. So I wanted to just mention that it's ongoing. So, okay, the long-awaited hashtag, which some of you may have already seen, is Ready Row USA. So use that on social media and along with USRowCon 2020. And we'll get some really cool stuff for you. Definitely. We have club news. For some reason, we don't get a lot of submissions for this, but it doesn't matter what you want to promote. If you hired somebody, if you're looking for somebody, if you built a new boathouse, if you are looking for members, just put it on our club news form. It'll be in the show notes.
That's great.
Yeah, that is a great platform.
Yeah, take advantage.
Yeah, there's so much white noise out that people kind of forget, where to go. But the show notes will have everything if you're curious. And we have gadgets and gear, which is one of my favorites. I'm a kind of a gadget freak, so I love new rowing gadgets. The one that's pictured is a $5 phone holder for the Concept 2 monitors. It's like one of the cheapest ones, but it is so convenient.
I was going to say, yeah, that's one of those things you really get a bang for your buck.
Yeah.
That makes a difference.
I know. So it's right there. You have to look at the monitor, but then you have to see what you're doing on the app too. So that's cool. My company is Pierce Press, piercepress.com. I'm actually looking for manuscripts. So there's a contact form on there, and we won an award for a couple of our books, children's books recently. They're not rowing books, but isn't that cute? Like,
it is so cute.
It is, yeah.
So it's about 10 diverse authors. So not just the household names, but Langston Hughes and a Native American author, a Chinese American author. So it's a really great. They all put them all on the same level of fame and well, it's really cute. We have upcoming episodes. We're going to celebrate our 2-year anniversary next week. I'm calling it the Roapalooza.
That's so fun.
So I'm going to have Mark Wilson, Ryan Worth from Chattanooga, Allison Polini from Princeton. What is that?
Yep. PNRA.
Yeah, something. Yeah. And then Tara Morgan she's speaking at the convention on LGBTQ.
Yes, definitely. She's a great panel.
Yeah, and she has a podcast as well. So we're going to be doing that. Plus club spotlights. If you all have any rowing clubs that you want us to spotlight, I'm happy to do that. I just love kind of parachuting in and, giving the little world of the rowing club to the audience. It's fun because that's kind of builds. It's part of the community.
Definitely. That's a great resource.
Yeah, we're going to have rowing apps, all those little things you put on your phone and track your performance and stuff. We'll be covering Tokyo Olympics. Emma Schmieg is going to be on. We have previews and updates of that. And, of course, the gadgets and gear. And thank you all both for coming on. I like I said, we're really excited about where U.S. rowing is going, and we want to be, part of it and support you on that. So
yeah, and thank you for having us. This was a great opportunity. This is my first podcast.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, look on Apple or Google or wherever you subscribe. You can subscribe to it. I'll be putting it up later today, probably. So
definitely,
awesome.
great.
Yeah. You're the best. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you. And everyone go
Charlotte.
register.
Yes.
If you haven't already, register for the convention. We'll add you in.
Yeah.
See you at the USRowing Convention.
A lot of value for the investment. Yeah. Okay.
No.
Well,